Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas and today we are, it's somewhat of a re-upload, somewhat of a new upload because, today I'm going to be giving you my reaction to EXO D.O's first mini album, Empathy, which was released 1 year ago today. Now, it isn't really a new upload nor a new reaction, really, because I actually reacted to this album months ago. You know, I had checked out the title track music video Rose alongside the Baekhyun music video quite a while ago already, and then a few weeks after that, also the mini album on its own. Now, unfortunately, as it's often the case with SM and just copyright in general, after the video was uploaded already, they decided to copyright strike it / block it. So not just claim it so that I can't make money with it or something like that, but actually make it so that nobody else can watch it. And I was able to keep it alive basically for a few more days by disputing the claims, but it did not work out, and therefore ultimately the video with over 5,000 views already sadly had to go back into the drafts where nobody else can see it. And it was very unfortunate, you know, because like mentioned, it was a great album, had lots of fun reacting to it. Y'all enjoyed the reaction a lot as well. Like mentioned, did great in the view category too. So to then see it basically just get eradicated like that for no real reason, because other people were able to react to the entire album before me as well. So, you know, it was the ongoing question back at the time that is still present for me today, why some people can react to full albums while I can't, you know. That was very unfortunate, and since then I basically just left the album reaction blocked like that on my channel. Didn't really bother to re-upload it because it felt weird, you know, to have like re-upload a video that already over 5,000 people saw, and then, you know, would have to cut it down or have to split it into 2 parts or something like that, right? It just didn't really feel right to re-upload it back at that point. But now, today, like mentioned, is the 1 year anniversary of that album, and I thought, hey, you don't have a video for today yet, let's just re-upload it, okay? It's been a while. Maybe there will be a lot of people that haven't seen that video yet. Maybe there will be people that may want to re-watch that yet, you know, and therefore I think it's a good idea to now re-upload that album reaction. Now, obviously, I do have to make a tweak to ensure that that video will stay on the channel, because obviously I can't just re-upload it the exact same way as it was back then, because then I run into the possibility that it will get blocked again. So what am I doing here this time around? Well, the album had 5 B-sides for me to check out. There was an English version something, but we left that out, you know, we only checked the original songs. So this time around I am cutting off the final song reaction so that it's only 4, because that is always that niche point where I never have issues with, okay? Whatever it's YG, SM, JYP, 4 songs is always okay. So that means we're cutting off the final song reaction alongside the full album thoughts and review everything, and I will be putting that on a link on Google Drive. It means here, now on YouTube, as the re-uploaded version, we'll be getting 4 song reactions, and then you can finish up the reaction and album review basically with the final song reaction and the final thoughts on the album on that extra link on Google Drive. That's the best I could do. Like mentioned back then, I was debating, okay, should I split it up in 2 parts and everything, but I think I've decided for nowadays that if I ever run into a situation that an album has 5 songs or 6 songs, that I will say 4 on YouTube, the other 2 on Google Drive. It just works better that way than having to split things up into 2 parts, okay? Is that a deal? I think this is definitely a good compromise for those that haven't watched that video yet or maybe want to rewatch it as well. I can already tell you though, will be checking out the next EXO album this weekend. Yeah, like we had checked out their first full album over a month ago, and now to wrap up July, basically we will be checking out their second mini album that came with Overdose. Okay, so look forward to that, but for now, as a bonus, enjoy this re-upload of D.O's incredible first mini album, Empathy, and enjoy. Because before we start the video, I do have to say beforehand that, yeah, his mini album contains 8 songs overall, which is quite a lot for a mini album. Would technically already qualify for an album if it wasn't for the fact that it's basically only 6 songs with 2 extra songs, because 2 different language versions. And I've mentioned in previous videos before that if there's one thing I can't do, it's listen to the same song in a different language. As example, I recently tried to listen to ITZY's Japanese releases. I couldn't. My brain just couldn't comprehend hearing the same sound beat and everything and then have different lyrics to it, because I've just listened to Wannabe as example hundreds of times and then just not getting the lyrics and something else doesn't work for me. It's too weird for me, which is why I only react and generally listen to one version of a song. And it's mostly either the one I listen to first, you know, when something then comes out afterwards, like months or so, just won't be able to listen to that. Or in this scenario now, like it is for D.O actually, because I've listened to like Roses for like a handful of times. So technically, I could probably maybe listen to an other version yet, because I haven't listened to the other one that much yet. Because yeah, his title track Rose has an English version, and there's the B-side called It's Love, which is Korean, which also has a Spanish version, which I find quite interesting. Say Fueras Mia. We're going to be not checking out the English version of Rose, because you know, it is basically the same song, just with English lyrics. And for the other B-side, we're only going to be checking out the Spanish one, which over 70% of you voted for as well, while leaving out the Korean one. Why? Like mentioned, I don't really see the point in listening to the same song twice, and it's only different lyrics and, you know, just different language. Isn't really anything too special for me. You know, like mentioned, it's basically a bonus, and I actually do saw that the English version has more streams than the big one, so you know, I will dive into it for myself privately, but there will be nothing I can really add there. And after one listen, I won't be able to judge, okay, I prefer that language instead of that one. It just doesn't really make sense for me. And I have no idea, actually, if copyright will be fine either way, because it's that big. I will see about it later. But anyways, enough talking already. We're at 3 minutes already. Let's dive into this damn album, which features as second song of the album, and is most streamed one of it, actually, more than the title track, I'm Gonna Love You, which I think has to do with its feature, D.O, featuring Wonstein or Wonstein, no idea how you pronounce it. Never listened to him before, so that's basically a good bonus. Excited to see how he sounds like or whatnot. Generally excited to see how the album will feel like. The two Kai albums we've listened to had a very theme throughout the album. The Bacon album we checked out also was very vocal focused. D.O as main vocalist will also probably have a more vocal focused album. Rose was such a refreshing, chill summer type of song, very simple in the production as well. So let's see what the album has in store. It's 5 songs nonetheless. I'm Gonna Love You, My Love, That, I'm Fine, and then Si Fueras Mia. We're now kicking off with this. D.O featuring Wonstein, I'm Gonna Love You, first B-side of his first mini album, Empathy. Let's check it out. Quite short, I think, because usually this has like outros for the little weirdos. Thanks to Zaty Farhani for them. 사람들이 다 흔히 말하는 연애의 온도도 사랑이라는 감정. Yeah, and a very simple guitar riff. Bass line for the beats. His voice. 아침이면 커피 한 잔 마시듯이 해가 뜨면 서쪽을 향해 지듯이 너무 당연해 널 사랑하는 게 Yeah, I'm gonna love you. His voice is just these soft drum sets. Oh. Ooh, here's a very nice color. Something very bright and youthful in it. Really digging this simple melody. Such a great rhythm. Then the drum set back at which I made you rather soft. Okay, this song is extremely relaxing. Huh? I really like his voice color. It makes something very young about it. All the harmonies together. It's English, by the way, but this simple beat and its melody is freaking gorgeous. This it's instantly very catchy. It's instantly such a calming and relaxing melody, and just like mentioned, a very calming vibe, because similar to Rose, it's a extremely simple production picture, you know. Generally I noticed it's generally more of a theme for classic vocalists, you know, that just go for pure on vocal songs. And I'm Gonna Love You, like mentioned, has such a simple bass to its beat. Or I honestly often don't want to call it's more of an instrumental to me. You know, a beat is with bass set and bam bam bam. This basically has no real BPM to it, which is why I usually would consider this more of an instrumental than a beat, because it's really just that guitar, soft drums that here in between, which isn't that strongly prominent. You just hear it calmly, basically, when it appears, but it's not like trying to get into the foreground. It just keeps on that same level as the guitar, which really leaves the room for the vocals and the voice. And like mentioned, D.O has something so warm in his voice. There's something so, like mentioned, crisp in his voice, even though it's really like, it's not extremely deep, you know, like I've heard deeper voice or anything, but there's something so calming in his notes and the way he pronounces words, which I mentioned, extremely comfortable to listen to. He has such a very comfortable voice, a voice that really has that relaxing, calm down type of feeling to it. I remember one person writing under the Rose MV reaction, the song basically is that cold glass of lemonade after a warm, long day to cool you down. And it really is a good metaphor to describe his voice and his vocals. And Wonstein, or like Wonstein, I have no idea how you pronounce it exactly, I like his voice a lot as well. His voice has something, like mentioned, really young about it, very yowful in it, and something more bright, you know. It's a great contrast to, like mentioned, the somewhat darker tone from D.O, even though, like mentioned, it's not that really deep, you know. He can also go for the very clear, bright register and everything. So their voices really harmonize well together. It's, like mentioned, a very short song too. Generally, both Rose and I'm Gonna Love You, I think, like Rose crossed like 2 minutes and 32 seconds or so. Both songs are extremely quick over, you know. Telling is Rose 2:33, and this now is like 2:30, right? 2:33 and 2:31, two extremely short songs to open us up. Literally 5 minutes for 2 songs. That's a very low time generally, you know. That's usually where a bridge kicks in for most songs. Here the song is over already, but I think that may be something that makes this song so refreshing, you know, because they're over quickly, you know. It's a really simple, quick song that when it comes onto your playlist, it's just a very quick, refreshing breather in between, depending on whatever your playlist is like, you know. I usually don't have playlists with many different vibes or anything. I definitely got to do one for more chill and softer songs, and this would definitely be an inclusion in there, because like mentioned, it's something so simple yet again, and the melody of it is just so calming and relaxing, and instantly like so intriguing to you, and just instantly so you just go alongside with it quickly, you know. It's like mentioned, like Rose, extremely simple production, but instantly so adoring and instantly so captivating in its own simple and relaxing aura. And that's why we will definitely do it again, because I just feel like it. It's really, like, when it has something so soft and chill about it. I will just listen to it for enjoyment now again. It points some stuff out. And then we just dive over to the next one. Actually, we have here the guitar, and we have just a slight tap on the drum. Which are also, I think, more of these hand drums rather than, you know, with six. I like how his voice is mixed differently here for this chorus bit than it is for the verses, to give it more strength. And what also is nice to notice here is that the chorus just continues, like the sound from the verse continues over into this, or you may consider it more of a pre-chorus, because here it's, like mentioned, now a bit louder, even though it's still extremely quiet and chill beat picture, instrumental picture. But yeah, Wonstein really has a really cool voice. Like mentioned, something so young, even though from his face it looks more like mid-20s or so. Huh. The way he pronounces the long Drake vocals here, this. But yeah, Wonstein. Want to check out him really quick here. I immediately just want to vibe alongside with this. This is a absolutely perfect chill calm song. Wonstein. Yeah, 26. Oh, actually a rapper, singer and rapper. I really dig him. I think I might want to dive into his stuff. That voice really left a good impression on me, but it's a perfect hum song because you obviously won't be able to sing the majority of it along because we don't speak Korean, but there's this perfect hum along factor too. That's also what some songs have. If you can't sing alongside with them, you would just be na 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 na, and that song is that. Okay, the opening bit of his album is really fun. Two so quick breather songs, basically, or like just two so quick, refreshing 2 30-minute long songs. They're so simple in his production and just so enjoyable in what they are. That is really damn good. D.O, I'm Gonna Love You featured Wonstein. Fantastic impression of Wonstein or Wonstein. Like mentioned, Stein is how you probably pronounce it more. Whatever, but lovely voice, great harmony and contrast to D.O's. Really dig the song a lot. Great rhythm, great melody to it. Extremely refreshing to listen to straight away. Great way to kick off the B-sides. Okay, how does the album continue with My Love? That is not the song that we will hear in Spanish later. That's the correct one. Interesting though. My Love into It's Love. Generally though, yeah, it definitely seems like these other two versions are bonuses because they will both appear at the end of the album. So, you know, kind of makes, like mentioned, they are more of a bonus, but like mentioned, both myself and y'all said that we would be doing the other one later in Spanish rather than Korean because I really want to hear it Spanish. I really want to see it pronounce it. But whatever. Next up is I Love. I guess that's going to be the theme of the album. Very simple, guitar string dominated, chill songs.
Late night 시간을 쫓아 서둘러 너무 늦지 않게 너에게 달려가 더디게 흐르던 하루가 속도를 내고 있어 너와 함께 걷는 이 밤 공기 온도와 날씨는 너와 어울려 밤하늘 별빛 너의
It's a very soft little electronic sounds here. Oh, a bit of piano too. There's our BPM, bit of tempo now. Oh, but I love this very soft, quiet piano sprinkle in. It's really not in the forefront, it's really there in the background. Very gorgeous part here. I love how That's Just My Love got progressively stronger in the pronunciation. Now it's just the piano. Think the way the instrumental progressed. The melodies in this are so freaking captivating straight away. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, the third song straight in a row that's less than 3 minutes. He really is going for the simplicity in this, and I'm digging this a lot actually, because that is the thing mentioned in previous Zolo album reactions as example for both Kai and Bacon. You need to really have something about you to work as a soloist. I mention it all the time. Groups have it way easier, a lot more going on, a lot more voices, easier to catch someone. When you're totally on your own, here he has one feature throughout the album, otherwise it's just himself. You need to have something about you and your voice or your rap, whatever genre you may go for, that catches the people. And for me, what is catching me so much about this album, which is extremely fitting for my current mood and situation, because I mentioned that I'm currently, due to the stress with lots of work and so, later also again more hours than usually, just generally mental health and everything at the moment. I'm currently going more for rather softer, relaxing songs, more vocal-focused songs, been appreciating those more. And this album thus far is giving me exactly that vibe and feeling that I need at the moment. Rose, Into I'm Gonna Love You, Into My Love are all three very simple, rather short, simple production songs that are mostly just built up on his own vocal and voice. In all three cases also a more chill delivery. You know, we have not yet got a song that is really trying to be loud or explosive in the vocals, you know, like showing off more strength in the vocals. I've generally noticed so that Bacon is usually doing those in the extra songs I've listened to, and D.O always went more for the more really about the feeling, about the emotion, you know, like, which a good example was like the love shot bit in the second verse. I remember that quite well, where he's on stage and he's like that, you know, that's exactly his type of vocal delivery. Taking in his time, taking in the emotion, not being too loud, remaining in a very calm state, you know, not trying to spike too much in the tone like mentioned. He really wants to remain in a calm manner, besides that one bit at the end where it's maybe it's love, na 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 bit, where he got a bit more progressively louder in the pronunciation, in the strength, he put it to that English bit there. But otherwise, thus far, this album is really a, like that one comment said, that refreshing cold glass of lemonade at the end of a hard day, which is lean back, and the album just remains in a very similar tone and feeling throughout to really give you just one long journey of, I wouldn't say balance, but like relaxation. Just pure relaxation in his vocals, in his tone, in his very, like mentioned, calm voice. My Love also had straight away such a great melody throughout the entire thing. You can hum alongside with it basically within its first 20 seconds. It's a very simple, like mentioned, production, which is exactly why it works so well and what's trying to achieve, being very simple and, you know, relatable to very fast. Not sure right now if he's been working on with the lyrics. That's what I'm interested in right now, because the lyrics have been, you know, nothing too crazy, but like also very solid, very enjoyable too, you know. Laugh topic, I mean, we all know the laugh topic is a bit yeah, let's say like this, a bit overdone at this point, but isn't really a problem to me, you know. It's like, it's just a regular theme we have nowadays. Was he involved in the writing? I know, okay, Rose was entirely written by him? Only Rose, okay. Oh, and I'm Fine, okay, I will get into that then later on. I'm Fine will also be written by him. Alright. So, My Love, third song of the album, also less than 3 minutes, continues the theme, simple, very hum-alongable straight away, great vocal delivery, very calm, relaxing song. Enjoy it a lot. We're now skipping the Korean version of It's Love, and then we'll be going into the Spanish version of that later. We're now getting into that. And it's either that's a song dedicated to his father, or did he have a child? No, Chen was the one who has a child, right? D.O.'s son? Does D.O. have a son? Don't get anything. Nah, I don't think so. I think it's more about him singing about his father. Maybe he's a inspiration to him, or, you know, I've barely seen it now in the lyrics. D.O.
천천히 그댈 따라 걸어가 눈부신 노을빛이 내려와
Now going for the piano for the first time straight away.
모습에 번져가 적 자랑하고 하고 싶은 얘기가 제법 많은데 조금만 더 이렇게 걷고 싶어서 더 멋지게 닮아가고 싶은데 그대에게 난 아직 어린 날 여전히 난 그대에게 삶을 배워 더 많은 추억으로 가득한 그대의 시간들이 눈부시도록 항상 마주보며 함께하려 해요 나의 아버지 늘 한없이 단단해 보였기에 뒤돌아서 홀로 견뎌야 했을 그대 조금이나마 알 것 같은 나이가 되고 이제야 그댈 이해한다는 게 내 마음을 더 울컥하게 만들어 더 멋지게 닮아가고 싶은데 그대에게 난 아직 어린 날 여전히 난 그대에게 삶을 배워 더 많은 추억으로 가득할 그대의 시간들이 눈부시도록 항상 마주보며 함께하려 해요 환한 그대 웃음소리
These vibrated vocals there.
더 깊어가는 아름다운 이 밤 오랫동안 기억에 담아 꼭 닮아있는 그대와 나 유난히 별이 많은 오늘 밤 자랑스러운 그댄 더 빛나네요 거친 세상보다 아름다운 채로 나의 아버지 나의 아버지 영원히 가장 눈부신 나의 아버지
Okay. I really want to, like, I'm not sure about the situation, if there's something happened with his father or anything. Like, I feel like there is probably bigger meaning behind it. Because it definitely feels like it's something personal in the song. Like, I don't think you write a song like this without there being like, I mean, maybe it's just like in general him being thankful for his father or anything, but like, not sure if there's any known situation with that. Like, I don't know if his father died or if his father was a very important person to him when growing up, or is right now, or anything like that. You can gladly tell me about the context for that. But either way, this is obviously a song with meaning. This is a song with a message. This is a song basically a thank you to his father. And that is the type of song that obviously, when you especially know what it's about, is obviously a very big plus for me in an album, because I'm generally always a big fan of songs with meaning. You know, like mentioned, the love topic isn't really overdone, so songs that are about love are really often more, you know, it's just the typical thing to sing and talk about, unless it's, you know, like about a specific relationship or anything. So these type of songs where we really have a real topic and a real message in it, with the person being thankful for their father, that's just good to listen to. That just immediately adds so much more weight into the song, and just doesn't make it, you know, just not a song talking about my love and whatnot, you know? I mean, it doesn't really bother me when songs are about that type of topic, but songs like these, like mentioned, that are real topics that really mean something to the person. Like mentioned, I don't think he was involved in the lyrics, but I'm sure that he like said, "Yo, yeah, I want to do a song about my father." I think that's probably the case here. Was included in some way. Who's Cho Yoon Kyung? That's not him though. He's Kyung Soo. Is that? Okay. I see. Yeah, I feel like he probably asked, like, okay, can I do a song about, like, can we do a song about my father with the lyrics about that kind of stuff? I think that's what happened to you. Like mentioned, tell me about the situation there, if there's a bigger context behind this. And even if there's not, and it's really just like a song about, like, yeah, I'm thankful for my father, then that's something really beautiful. And this song now is in the production again. Rather simple, you know, most of the time it's rather quiet, only one real element going on. It at first starts with dark piano, and at first it was like, okay, we're now getting full piano this time because all other songs were really dominated in the guitar. Nope. Guitar comes back in later on and then dominates more about the majority of the song. So that's also the theme of the album. Guitar string, which you also usually don't have nowadays because either albums are like when you now look at Bacon's album as example, that was more about the synth sounds and electronic sounds in it and piano and whatnot. His album's definitely very, very guitar dominated, which is, like mentioned, a very good thing to do because it will remain in the same dynamic throughout the thing, which doesn't throw someone off. You know, there are two ways to do albums: either a variety album with lots of different concepts, or one concept done in many various ways to give it one big feeling that if somebody enjoys that one sound, will enjoy the entire album. That's definitely the case here thus far. That a beautiful song with a bit more powerful delivery in the lyrics this time. You know, this one went a bit louder. Still not like really big high notes, epic type of sound. You know, it's still done in a more calm and relaxed way. But it's a song that stands up to its lyrics, stands up to its message and its meaning, and is another beautiful, short addition to the album. Yeah, again, less than 3 minute song. He doesn't want to reach the 3 minute mark, I guess, or maybe he will in the final two songs. We will see that in a moment. But yeah, D.O, that, another great song, another very chill song with a great melody straight away. Very enjoyable, and continues to make this album really damn good. Yeah, Rose, I'm Gonna Love You, My Love, that, like mentioned, it's love, not listened to that yet. We will do that in a moment. Now we're moving on to I'm Fine, and there he has writing credits on for again, right? Yep. D.O. Kyung-soo. Generally, I always wonder if I should call him D.O. or Kyung-soo. I think, you know, it's just an easy thing to do. He wrote on this, like for Rose, and given it's called I'm Fine, it might be talking about himself, you know? Like, I think he was in the military before this, so maybe it will be about that. Who knows? Best way to find it out is by listening to it. D.O. I'm Fine. His humming and harmonies. And again, guitar's back at it. Some loud snaps this time, okay. Different dynamic. Again. The first 20 seconds and I can instantly hum and just...
How are you? 너는 잘 지내는지 바라던 하루인지 내게 했던 넌 너에게도 물어봐줘 난 잘 지내고 있었다고
I love the way how in every rhyme there's a little bit of background notes coming out. These songs are all so freaking hummable, it's insane. Another sound. These instrumentals are so simple that whenever something else gets added, you immediately gotta be like, oh, what is it? Oh, an additional string. also humming.
하나하나 둘이 How are you 너는 잘 지내는지
Very different sound picture now, comparison to the first half.
너에게도 물어봐줘 난 잘 지내고 있었다고 순간의 망설임도 없이 말해주길 진심으로 바랄게 I'm fine I'm fine I'm fine
What a smooth second chorus. It's a bit hard to judge, honestly. Oh, we've reached the 3-minute mark. I can't believe it. That's the only thing one may say about the songs, but actually doesn't really matter. You can't really pinpoint out a song construction as easy as like from other songs, because like mentioned, the sound of the instrumental all the way through is so similar to one another, sometimes even identical, that you may miss at one point, okay, this was now the chorus, or like, was this now the pre-chorus, or like a second chorus or anything. That's the only thing. But like mentioned, it doesn't really matter, because that's the goal anyways. The goal of the album is to basically be one continuous ride on the bicycle, like we saw on Rose, that just continues its vibe and flavor with just changing the melody and the instrumental a little bit here and there. But otherwise, each song is supposed to be like one good drive with the bike. So they don't want to really be, they don't really want the sound to be really cut off in slices, you know, where you can really identify, that's that, and that, whatnot. I'm Fine is actually a song that, like mentioned, progresses a bit more in the instrumental, because at the end we get like an additional string and that goes more into the forefront, so the sound changes from the beginning to the end much more than in some of the previous songs. I'm Fine yet again though, a really hummable song straight away with such a very simple guitar bass, and it's once again so it's immediately so freaking simple, and it's really not easy to do, you know. You think on paper making very simple produced songs are very easy to do, but nah, these simple songs will only deliver if, for one, the vocalist is able to catch attention, which he does, and when the little things that you have are then on point. Because if those are not, then the song can be, it's like, you know, whatever. But here again, melody's freaking on point, it's so hummable, it's so instantly takes you over, and he, like mentioned again, does the vocals in a beautiful, calming, relaxing way. Even though this is definitely a song that is very rewarding to listen to on headphones. We have a lot of very calm and silent humming in the background. Here and there a few little ad-libs, and like, what means ad-lib, you know, like more background vocals and everything. Like mentioned, some little sounds sprinkled in here and there that you probably will miss on like low volume or on weak headphones, you know. That's where these studio headphones really come good into play, because that really makes you appreciate the bigger picture even a bit more. And yeah, I'm Fine, like mentioned, simple song, bit longer, changes with the one string, need to add the song a little bit, because the tone of the instrumental gets a bit different, but the song remains, like mentioned, still at one calming drive on the bicycle throughout the entire thing. Vocals again beautiful. The I'm fine, I'm fine bit is really catchy as well. Really sounds great, and like mentioned, his voice and vocals are just, he has such that crispy, clean voice. It's just a beautiful voice to listen to, and he just rides on that bicycle over the entire album in his own calm tempo, which just an extremely relaxing experience. And I'm Fine is definitely another addition to that trip on the bike. Absolutely captivates the energy of the rest of the album as well. Extremely enjoyable song. And we're now moving on to our final song for this reaction.